How's it going, guys? This is Sergeant Merrill here, and this is episode 6 of Pardon the Dashboard, and we're almost about to run out of time here because we've been sitting here and talking for the past hour and a half on stupid shit. But with me today, I have my co-host and fellow veteran, IXI Sweat, also known as Ben, and I also have Aviator. What's your real name, Aviator?
My real name is Eric.
Eric.
Yeah, man, that's me.
All right, so I'm excited about this one, man. We got some good topics to go over, and it's going to be great. But I'm really glad to have Aviator on here because, man, you're blowing up. You're doing great things. So you want to talk about your channel for a second, what you got going on?
Yeah, sure thing, man. I'm not too good at selling my channel, but it's a bit different, I suppose. We don't just do gameplays. We don't do just kind of random stuff. We don't just shoot guns. We have a blast, though. I get to kind of share some of my life. I'm kind of blessed to have a kind of unique life. I fly, I skydive, I race motorcycles, or I used to. I used to race cars, I scuba dive. I do basically all kinds of crazy shenanigans, and I'm blessed to have a lot of camera equipment that allows me to capture that and share that with my subscribers, as well as coupling it with my newfound love of Call of Duty, which has been about 2 years of spending way too much time on an Xbox. But, you know, that's
You know what? I think that's the problem with a lot of commentators these days is they're not going back to the basics, which is just having fun. And
Yeah,
I think they fail to put that in their videos, to emulate that fun that you're supposed to have when you're playing video games. I mean, that's the point.
Well, it doesn't always happen. I have to say, with Black Ops, as much as I love the daggum game, it does have its moments of being frustrating.
That's definitely true.
True. For sure.
But you have some ridiculous camera equipment. Where'd you get this?
Well, I've actually been a wedding photographer for about 6 years, and I've been able to kind of leverage some of the equipment I have for wedding photography, plus a penchant for spending way too much money on the things I like. That my wife kind of gets bothered by that, but I buy lots and lots and lots of random crap, and I have a lot of video cameras, and we actually just got sponsored to have some more GoPro HD cameras. So we're going to have some more footage from different angles. We had 5 before, now we're going to have quite a few more, and it's going to be pretty exciting to kind of see what comes next, because we get to capture the craziest things you could possibly do in life from the craziest possible angles, and I dig that.
What are some exciting things that you got coming up? Do you have any great ideas that you can share with us?
Ooh, well, we've got 51 different videos right now that are in production, and
Wow.
there are quite a few. We just the real life stuff that we have going on. We have how to light your hands on fire and scare your parents to death.
Oh man!
A video on telling the story on how I broke my back test flying an airplane. I'm going to go through scuba diving lessons myself. I've never actually been licensed as a scuba diver, so I'm going to go through scuba diving lessons. We've got a whole bunch of new guns. We're going to go out and try to blow some things up. I'm actually going to blow a wall out of my garage. I'm going to rebuild my garage. We just bought a house, and we're going to blow a wall out, possibly using dynamite. We're going to see what we can do with the city ordinances
Yeah,
there.
you definitely have problems still on your
Outstanding.
channel. That's for sure.
Oh, the one fun one. Actually, I think Wings of Redemption might be joining us in Florida for some gator stalking. We got an airboat. We're gonna go out and see what we can do about tackling and wrestling a gator on camera. So that should be
Come
fun.
on, man. Come to South Louisiana. I can help y'all with that. I mean, that
Oh yeah,
get me involved with
Yeah,
that.
buddy, let's make it happen. I'm down. So that's just a few of the fun things. We have some serious stuff coming up as well for Black Ops and spawn trapping and some there's a whole bunch of different things, because I don't know, I just love recording different real life stuff coupled with gaming that kind of gives a unique perspective, and I love this. It's a lot of fun. I've just started doing it. I have a brand new kind of young channel. We just started in January. I think I have 5 videos, so this is a very new,
Yeah.
exciting thing.
Man, I got to get you to stop talking about your channel. People got to stop watching
kidding.
me.
Feeling it.
But we're going to move into the next topic, and man, you're like an expert on this, on how to use social media to its full potential, not only as a commentator but as a sub as well. What's your opinion on using social media to get to know commentators better?
I think it's kind of a cool thing, and we live in a really unique time, because as we grow older, and especially as the next generation, guys who are our subscribers, who are the 14, 15, 16-year-old guys, kind of come into this world with Twitter and Facebook being the standard. This is amazing, because commentators or any public figure for that matter who have 100,000, 300,000, 500,000 people watching every move they make, they're getting contacted nonstop. but they're all just regular people like you and I. I mean, so, Meryl, you and I are, we're mellow folk who like people, and we're happy to interact and happy to be friends with people and whatnot, answer questions. I mean, Sweat's a little bit different. He's kind of an ass. But, we
Well, he used to be a Marine, man, so he can't really help that.
Whoa, wait, really?
Touche.
Wow.
He went there. He went there.
It's just joking. I gotta take stabs.
It's a
man.
shot below the
I
belt.
tried to join. Dude, I tried to join the Air Force once, so we probably shouldn't talk about that. You
Tried
would
to
take
join the
stabs.
Air Force.
No, in all
okay.
seriousness, though, social media kind of adds a whole different dimension because any subscriber who wants to talk to Woody's gamertag, all he has to do, instead of being one of 300,000 people, he could be one of 20,000. And when he wants
true.
to talk to you, I mean, how many subs do you have? 3,000 or 4,000, 5,000? I haven't looked. I'm sorry.
Oh, on me on Twitter?
Yeah.
I got like 230.
All right, so if you have 230 subscribers on Twitter versus 5,000,
Yeah.
whatever you have on YouTube now, you're growing really fast and whatnot on YouTube. Someone can talk to you on Twitter in 140 characters. And A, because it's limited to 140 characters, you can easily reply.
Exactly.
And B, you're going to read it because you only have 230 people talking to you.
That's absolutely true. I mean, and I've shot some replies to some really big commentators, people that have 40, 50,000 Twitter followers, and I get a message back, and I'm like, whoa, holy shit, did not expect that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people are really excited to interact in a way that's constrained. And I've been using Twitter for a very long time, and I have 14,000 followers on Twitter, something like that, 13,000 followers on Twitter. And I'm really amazed that even though I have that many followers, I'm still able to reply to almost every message personally. Because it's such a short reply, it's not that big a deal. And it kind of leads me to what I want to talk about on this, is that when I first got started in this YouTube thing, I only got started because Onslaught followed me on Twitter. I wasn't following him. I actually went to his Twitter page after watching one of his videos. I said, oh, wow, Onslaught, this guy's awesome. You got a Twitter page. Oh, whoa, he's following me. so I guess I was somehow on one of his recommended follower lists or whatever, because I guess we had interest in common or something. And long story short, I ended up connecting with him via Twitter. He said, oh, yeah, you looked interesting. I said, well, I worship you and your videos are awesome. And I did my little fanboy spiel.
It's a funny thing. Onslaught is the person that inspired me as well. I saw what he was doing, where he was mixing his Photoshop skills with Call of Duty, and I was like, wow. I'm like, I've never thought of that.
That's awesome.
That seems like something that I can do. Not that I want to imitate him, but I was inspired by him. So
yeah,
that's funny. We were both looking at the same guy. But now that I know that you have 12,000 Twitter followers, expect a lot of retweets to be coming your way.
All right, sir. Sounds good.
Well, I mean,
to
it's
me.
the same thing with
But,
Facebook. Facebook's being just like you said, it's huge now. Like more and more commentators are getting to that. Everybody like my Facebook page
Yeah.
because it's just another way to more to connect to subscribers on a more personal level.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy. Who doesn't have a Facebook page? It's just a button that they got to click to follow you. So I think Facebook is huge, and I don't think enough commentators are taking advantage of it.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely.
But anyway,
Yep,
gotta
next.
move into the next topic. Man,
We're about
gotta
3
move,
minutes
gotta
behind
move,
right
gotta go. Okay. Next thing we want to talk about was MLG Dallas, and it was a big gaming event, and this was its first year. Am I correct? First year that they were doing
No,
this?
it's not the first year they're
pretty sure.
doing it, but this was the first event of this season. This
Okay. I mean, it's just the first. I'm new to this, so when I saw it, I was very curious, and I saw a lot of people that were complaining about it, that it wasn't organized well enough. That could have been better. Could have been better marketed. It could have been better commentated for sure. What do you think are some of the things that are going on with this gaming event that people would like to know?
Well, first off, they need Holiday Doc, and I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. I
Yeah.
mean, if they were making an effort to try to get more people involved with it, I mean, they had autograph signings and they advertised it for the live stream and whatnot. But it certainly didn't seem like they thought out the commentators who were making. I mean, they were making mistakes on just the weapons themselves, like putting a grip on a FAMAS or something like that. I mean, it's just simple things like that. I mean, how poorly planned was that? But it certainly was something that was all over Twitter, and a lot of the commentators were talking about it because you think about it, a lot of Optics, Team Optic had a lot of followers basically because of, in my opinion, Fwiz and Optic J, and they're leaders of the machinima community, and so obviously people are going to feel drawn to them. But then you had Wings of Redemption, who, if I'm not mistaken, either played in the past or is going to play for Team Envious, and I think he had Hastro and a couple of guys from Team Envious on his channel. I mean, immediately following the tournament. So It's going to be pretty interesting to see how it translates over because MLG Columbus is in a couple weeks or a couple months. I think in a couple of months, and I know Envious just threw their team together, kind of last minute, and Optics actually has a coach, and they're pretty well planned out, and they took third. Optic took sixth. I think they take the top. I want to say like 9 or maybe it's like 16, but those are considered pro teams, the top ranked teams. So
yeah. Well, what do they get if they win? What's the prize for winning this league?
Well, they rank them like how you finish is how you're ranked at that time. Until the next event, and then they rework the rankings. And then because I'm new to it as well, like this was my first introduction to it, just because how much exposure it was getting, and me, first time listener or whatnot. That's just some of the things that immediately jumped out to me. That I don't know how big the following is going to be for MLG Dallas, because this kind of left a sour taste in people's mouths.
Well, I think they definitely got a lot of feedback this time around, so I'm excited to see what it's like when it hits Columbus. But another thing we want to talk about here, and because this is going to be huge, Battlefield 3 versus COD, and I don't just mean the mechanics, I don't just mean the gameplay, I mean the actual companies themselves. The electronic or EA CEO has thrown down the gloves, and he says that we're going to be going directly against Call of Duty this season. Not only releasing at the same time, but they're going to be looking for a marketing win as well, saying they're going to be putting hundreds of millions of dollars into advertising. What do you guys think?
Well, I'll read the quote real quick, and he said he's talking about Call of Duty, obviously, a game that last year did $400 million in revenue on day one. Battlefield 3 is designed to take that game down, and to me, that is awesome. Because all the way at the bottom of the article says he again says we're here to compete. And, I mean, that's what it's going to take. If Call of Duty wants to remain at the top, it's going to take somebody to push them there. I mean, I said it before about competition. It takes somebody to push you to remain at the top, to continue to make an awesome product. And this is just awesome that they're they're coming out and they're, like you said, they're throwing the gloves down. They're saying we're here and we're going to compete.
Yeah, what do you think, Eric?
Honestly, I'm kind of terrified. I'm a hardcore Call of Duty fanboy, and only because it's the first game that's really challenged me in this way. I was a big-time Halo 2 fan. I played Halo 1 a bit. I played probably 1,000+ hours of Halo 2. I never had an Xbox until I turned 18, and when I was living in Tennessee at a college, I played the snot out of Halo 2. That was just fantastic. And Halo 2 was great, but after a while, it was pretty easy to balance and to figure out ways to defeat the other players and whatnot. And Call of Duty, the first time I played it, I got knifed, I think, 16 times in a row the very first game. I was like, what the F is this knife thing? This is too easy. And so I was playing COD 4, and I was just blown away by it. I mean, I played Call of Duty 2 and all that other stuff, but I never played multiplayer until COD 4. And it really is impressive just to kind of see what the balance is between these different games. And Battlefield, I liked Battlefield Bad Company 2. I played a little bit of it. My little brother actually loves that game. He's played the snot out of it. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'll definitely, I'll probably buy them both. And that's odd for me. I've only bought one game a year for the last 2 years. So, we'll see.
Same way.
But just because, at least if for nothing else, just because the marketing has been fantastic for Battlefield 3 already. They're already getting a buzz generated before Modern Warfare 3 even has thought about building a buzz. I'm impressed by that. So that's as a marketing guy, I'm really pleased to see that. That's good.
Now, Homefront kind of made that same claim though, so that's.
But I mean, Homefront doesn't have the track record that Battlefield does.
That's true.
And they do have them. I mean, EA has the money to put behind it. They really do.
That is true.
And when the CEO is saying we're throwing down the gloves, we're here to compete, he's got to be confident about something. It's his job to hype things up. But if anything, I think competition is going to make both of these series better. Up until now, if you didn't like a Call of Duty game, it was kind of saying I don't like Microsoft when you have a PC. I mean, you don't like it, but what the fuck are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I have a Mac. Don't hate.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I think both games are going to be outstanding because of it. They're really going to be stepping up their game. I hope they don't put more money into marketing than they do making the game better, which I'm afraid just might be the case. But in any case, I think they're going to be significantly improved from what we have now.
Well, I'm excited for it. It should be interesting, especially because their game mechanics, in my opinion, are in a lot of ways smarter than what the game mechanics are of COD. I mean, bullet drop and actually understanding how recoil works. And
Bullet drop, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's fairly clever. I mean, like I say, I have played a little bit of Bad Company 2, and I played actually a good bit of Bad Company, but I'm intrigued. It'll be interesting to see what Bad Company 3 brings to the table. It really will, or Battlefield 3 rather.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to our next topic here, which is and last topic, which is something I want to cover probably on a weekly basis until this thing is over, because it's generating so much buzz and it's doing such great things for our community. There are a lot of people that are upset about different things about it, but let's face it, we're all watching it. Commentary March Madness. And we're excited. We want to know what material is going to come out of it, and there's a lot of buzz going on about what material is already in it. What do y'all think of Commentary March Madness this week?
I don't know, man. I think it's a big crock.
Who's your competitor?
I was up against Steve Schwent, and if he happens to listen to Steve, you're the man. That guy is a beast.
Yeah, definitely. So what were some of your favorite videos this week?
Ooh, good question. Gervin's video was fantastic. I'm friends with both Gervin and Cinematic, and I have to say Gervin really brought it. He appeals to me just because he has the sexiest accent on YouTube by far.
And he's a great guy. Like, he never has really anything bad to say about anybody, and is just, I mean, he's very approachable.
And he does his YouTube channel for fun. I mean, he did that video with the flying hamster. I mean, because he had fun playing a game,
exactly.
and people hated him for it. But I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing here, right? You know, is posting content that we enjoy on YouTube. And
exactly.
Yeah.
He blew my mind. Honestly, he blew my mind. When he saw my video, he actually sent me a message on YouTube. We never chatted before. He sent me a message on YouTube that was at least 5 paragraphs, just letting me know that there will be haters, and that when people troll, don't worry about them, ignore them and block them, and enjoy life. And he really enjoyed my video, and he thanked me for it. And I immediately replied to him, added him on Xbox and on Skype, and I was like, dude, you're the man. Thanks for just being a good person. I really do appreciate it. So, speaking of which, 53 seconds ago, he actually tweeted me. So.
Excellent. Okay, somebody else that I really liked, and I don't want to talk crap about the guy, but Ukrainian Limbs, you know, him actually competing in the competition itself when he was hosting it, I was really worried.
I was too a bit, actually. And he's a friend. He's a good guy.
And I don't know the guy, so I can't say anything bad about him, but what I will say is I was blown away by his video. I really was. I think any negative connotations that were subliminally in my mind are gone, because I was in tears again in the office with trying to act like I wasn't watching YouTube and actually working, and I was in tears. It was so funny. Oh my God. It was just, I have to appreciate things that I would never be able to do, and that is something I would never be able to do, is to sit there and prank call a hiring agency like that.
That was priceless.
Yeah, that was epic.
I'm sorry, but no offense to what's his face, but that sure as heck beats out prank calling hookers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I was blown away. It was so obvious that it was legitimate. There was nothing fake about it, you know. And when she says, what did she say? I think we're having communication issues, and he asks if he has a red bar. And I was just like, oh man, I was in tears. It was fun. So I'm really happy with the content this week. I just think it's getting better and better. You know, if I were to do a little bit of critique on the series, I wish the production value was up a little more, but I know there's a lot of content to put out.
It is.
So
I wish the same thing. I know that Woody's really struggling just to keep up, because there are so many videos to put out. But you know what? Next year will probably be 10 times better, and I hope they do it every year, because that's a great way for new commentators to get noticed, because a lot of the older commentators are starting to leave the scene. You know, they're starting to get tired of it, put up less videos, and kind of back away, and it leaves an opportunity for these new guys like me, who, you know, I had 268 subscribers before the March Madness thing, and I just launched my channel, and bam, all of a sudden I'm at 3,800 or something. It's just it's mind blowing how quickly it grows once you have people behind you that actually care. Now that's a pretty exciting thing.
Yeah, and I see you getting a lot bigger, man. I really see you growing, and definitely getting bigger than myself. So I'm going to be good friends with you from now on.
Better watch yourself, son. No, I hope so, though. I appreciate the honor, man. I really do.
All right. Yep. As with PTY tradition, I'm trying to make it longer and longer each time. Actually, not really, but it's just the way it happens. And we're all out of time. Do you guys have anything else you want to put out before we end this thing?
Not a thing.
No, man. This has been great.
All right. Well, that's all we got for this episode 6 of Pardon the Dashboard. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to me, and also make sure you subscribe to IXI Sweat and Aviator. They got great things going on their channel. And make sure you follow them on Twitter and Facebook too, because obviously that's a great way to get in contact with them. But that's all I got here, guys. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.